Hey, what's going on? It's another installment of this aberrant behavior of trying to reach out and in a therapeutic way, see if there's any way I can better my situation, my life, livelihood. And I'm glad you came here once again to visit me and hear what I have to say about whatever it is I have to say. And I appreciate your time. I hope you appreciate the time that I'm giving you. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, which is an understatement. And what I'm talking about, difficult being, is a day-to-day lifestyle in the Western civilized first world society. Civilized. I can't harp on how civilized and sophistication and maturity and all those words really don't really mean anything to me. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, therefore I'm not dressed to impress. I don't get impressed easily. I don't try to impress. I just try to do what makes me content. Not complacent. I try to do what I can do to keep myself locked up in my comfort zone cocoon. I don't like. I like to have somewhat of an adventurous life. And what kind of adventurous life do you have in this type of garb? This uniform, or what I like to call prison uniform. It's your dress code, right? You know, you have to dress a certain way every day. I'm going to particularly talk about the third commanded app and how it pertains to it obstructing us from a life of happiness, arousal, purpose, meaning, you name it. You know, it's that daily type of grind that really gets in the way and kind of grinds us to a humbling burnout way of life. Let me see if I can put this up again for you. See if maybe this high definition is helping. I was able to discover what it was that the owner's manual to the camera wasn't able to tell me. Of course, I went on YouTube, and others who had problems placed their grievances online, and it was similar to mine. So, the work release Deadend Doggy Daycare. It's beating the dead horse. I mean, everybody has pretty much heard of a pyramid scheme. And what is a pyramid scheme? Well, I know this amount of information. You don't know it yet. You're desperate to find out that information because you need that information. What is it? You need to eat. You need shelter. You need all these utilities. Well, I'll give you this information as long as you give me something more that I want. I'll help you only if you help me out. And, you know, in our societies, well, if you want to eat, drink, sleep, poop and pee, and have any type of life of excitement other than staring in front of, or staring down the television, me mugging the son of a bitch because, well, you're displacing your anger onto the television, and well, the television will hypnotize you and distract you enough to stop thinking about how those who are oppressing you are your neighbors, your friends, your spouse. Yeah, so if you want a work release Deadend Doggy Daycareer, I mean, what do you got to do? I mean, you're in your upbringing, right? You start to develop your mind and seeing that, whoa, what is this thing called Earth? What's this thing called society? Oh, everybody's got an opinion, right? Everybody who's been here before you, they tell you how things are and why things are the way they are. This is just empirical evidence that we have human nature, we have needs, and of course it's to be technologically savvy, wealthy, powerful, and omniscient. But you, Junior, on the other hand, well, you don't need as much as Dad. You know, you need to impress others and me But you don't need to make me feel more insecure than I already do feel. You need to go out there and do something that I approve of and that I recommend. And if you don't, then I'll have to punish you, of course. Then I'll have to take it out on you somehow. What can I do to redeem my behavior? My behavior is I brought you to this world probably because of X, Y, and Z. I was leveraged into bringing you into this world. If I didn't, would your mother have left me? Would others start to ridicule me and say that, hey, well, how come this guy isn't settling down like the rest of us and having children and fitting into our social clubs? Because he needs to be accepted. He's just sitting there. What is he doing? Is he obeying the commands of what is expected out of you? Is he getting out there and bending over backwards, breaking his back to prove that he's a very important, integral part of society and he fits in and he's just like one of us? Yeah, he probably had to do that too. He probably realized in order to get socially accepted integration, he had to pretend that he enjoys and likes the same things everybody else around him does. And what happens to you as a little youth growing up? Well, you got kids around you and the kids are telling you, hey, you need to wear these type of Reebok shoes. If you don't, these status symbols reflect that your parents are pretty much in the gutter. They don't amount to anything like our parents. We got cool parents. See, look at us. We all like each other, not because of our personalities and what we bring to the table, but because of what our parents have done in their lives. And we're going to make sure our clan, our cliques, stay together. And if you don't stay along, that's just society. That's just socialization. You were in a public elementary school, public and elementary high school. You were in that elementary high school, and what's expected of you? You got to make sure you recite this algebra, recite this, recite that, recite this, read and write and arithmetic. You got to learn. If you don't do it, everybody's going to make fun of you because you're failing. Teacher's going to get pissed and, oh God, well, why isn't she like the rest of the children? You can't help but to feel offended that somehow others are not up to par. They're not carrying their weight. They're messed up. And why? Well, why do you care? Why do you really care? Oh, it's because of a reflection of how I teach them. It's a reflection of who they're associated with. I can't be associated with somebody who's associated with somebody like that. Well, you're in school. You do your best to learn how to play by the rules, play ball, and you want to be rewarded for your behavior. You put a lot of hard work in it. You'd rather be outside playing. You'd rather be playing Nintendo. Let's catch it. Playing PlayStation or online PC, RPG. World of Warcraft, you name it. You want to be doing that. That's more fun. Why not? But something's expected. You got to have this education. You've got to be able to make the grade. And if you don't, then what is mom and dad going to say? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you personally? It's nothing has to do with the school system. It has nothing.